while back, I saw a video on the channel Nighthawkinlight on how to make a paper cannon. I thought this was a great idea, so I had to try it out myself. It worked quite well, but there was one flaw in the design. When fired with a projectile, the expanding gas gets between the layers of paper. This tears and wrinkles it, making each barrel useless after one shot. In this slow motion shot, you can see the paper coming out of the inside of the barrel after it was shot. To remedy this problem, we need some kind of barrel insert to protect the paper. For this, I used a length of 3/4 inch aluminum pipe. Other than using an aluminum pipe, assembly is essentially the same as in Nighthawkinlight's video. You may be wondering why the cannon is so boxed in, and I'll get to that later in the video. All Nighthawkinlight had to do to plug the end of his cannon was roll up a paper wad and glue it in place. However, now that I am using an aluminum pipe, this will not work. I tried using hot glue, but this will pop out with anything more than a blank load. So I had to go with this design. It is a wooden dowel held in by epoxy glue and hot glue. The hot glue is in front of the dowel and epoxy held in by the pin-like nails. The dowel is held in by much larger nails to ensure that the back of this cannon isn't going anywhere. Here's a look down the inside of the barrel. The first step in loading the cannon is inserting the fuse. I'm using some homemade saran wrap fuse. 2mm green visco fuse would be better, but I don't have any. The propellant I'm using is 1/2 teaspoon of homemade pine black powder. I'm sure you could use more than this, but I know all too well what happens when you overload a cannon. This is why my new cannon is boxed in so much with wood. After the fuse is inserted and black powder poured down the barrel, insert a thick wad of tissue. I usually load the cannon with steel BBs. I used to have an air rifle that shot these, however that one broke, and my new one only shoots pellets. I use 5 to 10 grams of the steel BBs. Once the BBs are in the barrel, I put another wad in so that they don't fall out. This is what the pattern looks like at about point blank range. You can see a steel BB embedded in the wood. I backed the cannon up about 20 feet, and this is what the pattern looked like. Now something very interesting is happening here. The way the cannon was angled, it should have been shooting about 4 feet lower, and we can see that the BBs are shooting up at an angle and cutting into the wood this way. Here's my theory as to what's happening. When the cannon shoots, so much fire is coming out of the fuse hole that it's creating a low pressure zone. In the top drawing, you can see how the cannon is loaded. Wad, load, wad. Without these wads, the BBs would barely come out the barrel. The BBs are being pushed by the wad behind it, so when there's a higher pressure at the bottom of the barrel, it's being pushed harder there, and therefore it results in a trajectory in which the BBs are being pushed upward. If you guys have any other ideas as to what's happening here, please let me know in the comments below. Now you don't have to shoot BBs out of it. You can shoot something like a marble or a steel ball bearing. Of course, the safer route is to just shoot blanks. The first time I shot it with a marble, my target fell down. It fell down right after the fuse was on fire, so there was no going back. Don't worry, I tried to get it for you guys. The marble shot through the thin particle board, which was to be expected, but it also made a large dent in the thicker board behind it. I found the marble I had shot, and it fits perfectly in the dent. I'm going to play this shot again. Listen for the steel shot hitting the tree. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you join me for the next one.